All right, everyone. So today we're going to talk about how great marketers market. And it's time to take mind share. As we're going through this shift, we have two jobs. We have to generate leads and we have to convert them. And today's class, guys, as we're going through some things, this is 100% going to be around mind share. And it's mind share through other things besides phone calls and text messages. Because obviously, I'm assuming that you guys are already doing that. Like that is part of our job that we should be reaching out and calling people and texting them and meeting them in person. So this is truly marketing, not face-to-face or voice-to-voice. So what we're looking at here is highlights from the profile of home buyers and sellers, which is an annual survey that is conducted by NAR. And this was the latest one of 2021. And it says this: 80% of buyers recently purchased their home through a real estate agent or a broker. And 7% of those that purchased a house bought a home through a builder. So we're talking 94%. 94% use some kind of real estate professional in their eyes to help them buy or sell a house. 73% of buyers interviewed only one real estate agent during their home search. 90% of buyers would use their real estate agent again or recommend their agent to others. 90% of home sellers worked with a real estate agent to sell their home, and 82% of real estate sellers contacted only one agent before finding the right agent they worked with to sell their house. So as we're going through this, my biggest aha is I just need to be the first one there. That is all this is I need to be the first one to the dining room table, because we know this: buyers and sellers are, yes, they're going to look and see what you're doing, but they're not checking how long you've been in the business. Because if that was the case, the agents that have been in the business for 50, 60, 100 years, right? Like those agents would have all the business and they don't. So what this tells me is I need systematic and strategic communication so that I can be in proximity to someone when they're thinking about buying or selling real estate. So I need to be in proximity to them when they're thinking about buying and selling. And obviously, well, I guess it could be done. I could call everyone and text everyone every day. I'm thinking at some point they're going to screen my calls. And so I need to be thinking of other things to take massive, massive mind share. Because once we take mind share, the market share follows. So that is what we are focusing on. So my big aha from this one is I need to be in position number one. So the first thing is like this: are you positioning yourself as a real estate economist of choice, right? When we do call our database, like I said, this is not a class about calling and texting, because I'm assuming you guys are doing this already. But when you call them to see how they're doing, and we obviously talk about the Ford conversation, like who's bringing up real estate? Like, are you the one that's like, hey, I just want to let you know this, what's happening in real estate? Or are they asking you what's going on in the real estate market? Because this is the thing, like, if they're the ones that are bringing it up, then we know that they look at us as the real estate economists of choice. That they know that when we're calling, yes, we care about them, that we want to know what's happening in their day to day. We want to know what's going on in their worlds, but that they actually value our knowledge. So if they are asking us about what's happening, that means that I've taken enough mind share to be their real estate economist of choice. Are we getting referrals? Debbie has this saying, right? That this, don't be a secret agent. And I would say that if we're not getting referrals from our database, then we're not doing a very good job about getting in front of our people. And through this class, we're going to talk about daily, weekly, monthly, semi-annually, quarterly, right? We're going to be talking about a lot of different things today about what we need to be doing to take massive, massive mind share. So our daily, right? This is the jam. You don't want to overwhelm your followers or feel like you're spamming them with their news feeds. And you also don't want to be forgotten or miss opportunities for exposure. And I think that's where we all are. It's like, how do I take just enough mind share to where they don't mute me and they can't see me anymore? And so the social algorithms are now placing emphasis on the types of content that are providing the user with value rather than just showing the user everything that's published. And guys, I don't know if you've noticed this, but as you're going through and you're seeing content, it's because other people have saw value in it, or you've interacted with the content or the person creating the content enough to where the social algorithm says that you care about it. So this is on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, WhatsApp, right? Like this is all the different social platforms. But I'm going to challenge you guys just to focus on one, right? Pick the one that you want to pour into. Don't go after all of them because that gets overwhelming. You know, Diane and I were talking about this as soon as we got on the call, and it was like, I need to set all these things up. Like I got a lot of different social posts on all these different platforms, and how do I fire them all off? And it can get daunting. Like I totally get that. So as we're thinking about like what we need to be posting, here's a couple different examples, right? We're creating a daily, weekly, or monthly series, whatever that is. And so like this could be $1 Million Fridays, or second Monday of the month market updates, right? Be thinking of like a series that your people will tune into. When I first got into real estate, I had a real estate partner. And what we would do is we would do a Know Your State Tuesday video where we would literally Google information about the state of Colorado, and we would be driving in the car. We've already Googled it. We weren't driving and Googling. And we we would actually just give some fun random facts about Colorado. And I promise you, it got to the point where if we missed a Tuesday, we would get called out on social media. Where was my Know Your State Tuesday video? Guys, this is about mindshare. Like, and if we're training the people that know us, like us, and trust us, that hey, tune in on this day because I'm going to bring you some information, they're going to tune in. So think about what a daily, a weekly, or a monthly series that you could run could be. Run a contest or giveaway. Host and ask me anything. Like, what would it look like for every Friday that you're getting on and you have a lender or you have an insurance agent and you're doing a Facebook Live and it's an ask me anything? And have some filler, right? Like maybe no one shows up and that's your fear that you are going to host one of these classes and you're going to get ghosted. Well, just do the beginning where, hey, we had a couple of these. These are frequently asked questions. I get these from my clients all the time. And you're reading it to the home inspector, to the appraiser, to the insurance agent, whatever that looks like. And you're going through and asking some questions. Guys, this will catch on. Share some relevant content. Create a how-to tutorial. I was talking to this new agent, not new to business, but new to this side of the industry the other day. And he actually owns a couple other businesses. One's a cleaning business and one's a handyman service company. And we were just talking about like, what does it look like to create some how-tos around like commonly asked questions by my clients that I think that you can do on your own, right? Like, and it could be how to attach some plumbing or how to replace some electrical, right? Like just different pieces like this. Happy National Whatever Day. Guys, that's the simplest one. Like if we're going through Happy National Paper Airplane Day, Happy National Pizza Day, and then ask them like, where's your favorite pizza from? And as you're going through, guys, like people interact with this. A do a this or that. I love going through and posting two different kitchens. Do you like this kitchen or do you like that kitchen? And you will get interactions. Share your reading list or a playlist, share some of your wisdom, share some secrets or some hacks, ask your followers from advice, right? Like, what would you guys do in this situation? Or brag about a review that you got. And as we're going through, right, guys, we need to be very, very purposeful about getting reviews in this very digital age that we live in, and our digital business card, if you will. People will Google us. So are we being purposeful to make sure that they can find our reviews? And back in the day, I would have told you guys all just to go plant them on Zillow. I would have, like, that would have been my, I'm not like an advocate for them. And I did know that's where people were going. But now I would say that most people live on Google. So I would tell you that you need to start making sure that you're getting Google reviews, which means you have to have a Google My Business page. And so, do you have a Google My Business page? Is it set up? Are you actively getting reviews on it? Because as people are searching for you, that's the first site. Like, most people aren't on Yahoo. Most people aren't on, I think it's like DuckDuckGo. I'm sure there's some other Bing, right? Like, while there is people on there, the majority of the population is Googling to the point where Google is a verb. Like, go Google it.
Yep.
So we need to be focusing on that and making sure that we're driving traffic. So these are the different types of things on social media. And I put some different kinds of posts that I saw, like even the second one's like how to clean your washing machine seal. And this is the thing. If we could become the go-to for real estate and not just the who do you know that's looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, we will win. Like, more people will come to us because we do know the handyman, we do know the contractors, we do know what's happening with the local laws and what's happening in the legislation and what's happening in our market. And plus, I'm talking to my clients, and I know that one of the questions that they have is always around XYZ, and this is how you do it. This is what I want you guys to think about. I also want you to get very, very comfortable with vertical video. And you can see the difference here, right? The vertical video is the one that is standing, right? The vertical video on the left-hand side is the full blue screen. Guys, we need to live here. You can see that firstly, it's better for mobile viewership, and that's where most people live, is on these phones. And so studies suggest that we hold our phones vertically and almost everything that we do. 94% of the time, we hold our phones like this. Big social platforms are embracing it. TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, they are all rewarding people for creating video content that is done this way opposed to this way, right? And how many times have we gone through and we've been at a show or whatever, and like, we're doing this, like, cool, that's good for your camera and for your memories later on down the road. But for the social experience that I want to share to the world, I got to start living here with everything that I do. Brands are getting involved. This is the thing, everyone. Nike's getting behind this. A bunch of big brands are creating vertical video. And this is how you know that it is here to stay, because these big brands don't go out and pour big money on fads. They are seeing things in this to where they know that it's going to be here to stay. So they are hiring content creators that embrace this now. We need to as well. Success leaves clues. If big brands are going through and embracing this, we need to be the super hyper local real estate economists of choice. And vertical video performs better. 65% of consumers consider brands that advertise with vertical video more innovative, right? And so these are the more innovative brands. And this was a study that came out. So guys, I'm challenging you all to, when you're creating content, yes, let's throw some stills, let's throw some infographics, let's throw some questions, but let's also get very comfortable here with either we're recording out or we're recording in. And this is the thing, I know you're all thinking it. Your face is your face, you sound the way that you sound, and people still know you, like you, and trust you. Don't go back and edit the video because you're going to find things that you don't like. I can tell you that when I'm doing this stuff, for the most part, when I'm on my computer here, I'm staring at the green screen. I am not looking at myself, because if I look at myself, I'm going to start getting in my head. And after I create something, I don't go back and view it. I just send it. I am here, I record, and I fire it off to the ether, knowing that if I screwed up a word, it's going to come off more authentic. And if I don't like something about myself, I probably can't change it because that's just me. As we're going through this as well, guys, we need to be engaging with our audience, right? We need to engage. And this is actually one of the one sheets that came out of Mega Agent Camp this year. And this is one of the strategies that they implore. And it's post one thing in the morning to give your sphere of influence more time to interact with it. So are we going through and are we making sure that we are posting it early enough in the morning so that people can actually touch it, see it throughout the day, right? People are getting on in the morning before work and at breakfast time. We're seeing people that are getting on during lunch. We're seeing people that are getting on after dinner, maybe after they put the kids down. They're going through and they're jumping on social media. So are we giving them enough time to see our post through one of those breaks in their day? And we also need to re-engage with people by liking their comments, replying to their comments on the post, and also going into direct messaging, right? We talk about don't post and ghost. We want to get some momentum out of our posts that we have going on. So if you're going through and you are posting something on social media, we need to make sure that we're actually going through and re-engaging with people. So if someone comments on your wall, go re-engage with that person. If someone says something, we need to like it, we need to comment on it. Maybe their message was something that was worth taking it offline. And I can go into the Messenger app and actually comment on their comment and continue that conversation. And then when we're thinking about this, like this is interesting, like agent referrals. Are we being purposeful about following other agents in other areas and making sure that we're actually commenting on their stuff? Like if we were to go on to command right now, and right, most everyone on this is a KW agent, so we have the ability to look at where people are actually sending referrals and where referrals are coming in. So are we being purposeful to connect with the cities that have the most migration patterns into Colorado right now and find those agents and actually to be able to converse with them and add them as a friend? And then when they post something, make sure that we're commenting on them and creating those fan clubs, right? Because this is the thing. Like we can actually go out there and build these relationships and be very super purposeful with everything that we're doing. Alfred just asked, with the video, do you have to be in the video 100% of the time? I don't think so, right? And I would say that the people that try to do that, and depending on the video that you're doing, can actually make some people seasick, right? I don't know if you guys have ever seen the videos where someone's giving a house tour and like they're walking around maybe backwards and like the video's facing and it's like their head and it's bobbing and weaving and you're trying to see behind them. Like, no, I don't think so. Just think about the content that you're putting out there. If it's informational, maybe you are in the thing the whole time, or maybe you are cutting out to the piece behind you. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but like in Canva right now, you can actually create content and have a background on Canva and then post a video over that background and then actually remove the background of your video. So the content behind you will be seen, your face will be seen on the video, but there's actually not the background of the video itself, which is pretty neat. I don't know if I explained that very well, but I'll show you guys in a later thing. After this thing, I'll put it together and fire it over to you. So guys, make sure that we're engaging with people. Social media is storytelling. And if people are going through and letting us know that they liked our story, we need to make sure that we're letting them know that we saw it and we appreciated them engaging with us. So let's talk about what we're doing weekly. Guys, we need to be emailing weekly. Email marketing is a form of marketing that can be made for the customer on your email list aware of any new products or services. And guys, we do sell products, right? We have relationships with vendors that have products, whether it's a loan product, whether it is a special type of home inspection. Maybe we have a relationship with a home inspector that does something for current homeowners during a specific time of year so that they can make sure that their house may be winterized appropriately. Guys, we need to embrace email. And it can also be a softer sell just to educate, right? We know that we need to be doing a couple different things. We need to be educating we need to be entertaining, and we need to be selling. Those are the three different communications that we need to be doing. And I would say that we need to be entertaining mostly, educating secondly, and selling third as we're going through here. Email marketing is one of the most cost-effective and conversion-rich formats that we have today. Real estate professionals, we need to know that and understand how we can leverage this. There are plenty of things that we can do to increase either our website traffic or our social media through email marketing. And I understand that it's time intensive, right, as we're going through this. But if it's just once a week that we're firing this thing off, that's 52 times a year. How long does it take us to create an email? Like, in all reality, if we were to be purposeful and time block this thing, what, an hour? So we're talking 52 hours. We're talking a little bit over one work week a year to create 52 touches for 100 people. Guys, that's massive, massive mind share. So as we're going through, these are some of the ideas. Bi-weekly or monthly newsletter, right? To where we're going off, promote properties, develop the client relationships, reach out to potential leads, are the monthly neighborhood nurture, right? We have a monthly neighborhood nurture and we have a bi-monthly. So we can actually go through and let people know what's happening in their neighborhoods. Also, we were introduced to HomeBot earlier this year. That's $50 a month. If you have enough people in your database and you have a lender that is interested in participating with you, this is another high value touch that they can actually interact back and forth with you. And so I know that I haven't sold some of you, and so I want you to check this out. I just went through DMAR and I created this in 5 minutes literally yesterday. As I was checking through my slide deck to make sure I was prepared for this class today, I realized that I did not have just a quick video to show you guys. I literally put this together in 5 minutes. I went through, I got the market update that DMAR provides us on like the second week of every month that tells us last month's statistics. I put together a quick little blurb, and I put together a quick little, this is what my thoughts are around this. I added a link for them to go grab coffee with me. So I have a Calendly link attached. Let's go grab coffee. Download my app. Guys, 5 minutes. I kid you not. This is not, oh my God, Charles, you're a wizard when it comes to creating emails. This was a template that I plugged and played in. 5 minutes. What would it look like to send this off to your people every month? The Denver updates, let them know why it matters to them and that you're the real estate economist of choice. So then we jump into monthly. Guys, this is a great tool, but I also know this. This is probably going to be one of the most expensive things that we do, right? When we're talking about putting time and energy into creating this, and we're talking about the amount of money that it costs to push this out. It says direct mail is an ideal channel for real estate marketers between the focus on our locality, the ability to automate it, the ease to build the urgency into our offers, right? The MOFers, make offer for immediate response. This is why a lot of us have leaned on this over the years to stay top of mind. And so as you're going through this, we need to think local and relevant. How can we leverage the time of year that we're in? Anything that the client will actually hold on to. And I want to talk about this YouTube thumbnail. So I went through and I didn't really create any of these. I actually just stole most of them off of Canva. But if you go through, like, buying and selling, let's work together, right? Like, that's just a call to action. That's us selling. Hey, I'm a real estate agent. If you're looking to buy or sell, I am your dude. Let's go do this. Back to school, right? What does it look like to around back to school time? We're sending this off and we're letting people know, like, where are some of the best places to go get some deals. Happy birthday. Guys, let's not be one of 100 people to wish someone a happy birthday on their Facebook. Let's break some noise, right? Let's break down some of those walls and let's get in front of those people with a happy birthday mail. Maybe we're hosting a client event, right? I got like a local event, the Beer Fest, right? So maybe it's not even a exclusive for my clients. Maybe it is a, we're going to go to the beer garden over here at the Elks Lodge a little bit later, and I'd love to see you guys there. What would it look like if I did take the Elks Lodge beer garden and all my clients are invited to this thing and I'll buy your first beer? Gingerbread house, right? Like, can we send out fun ideas and recipes to different people? And this thing, if we're getting purposeful and your social media channel that you're like, I want to get very, very purposeful about Google, because I know that Google's a search engine. And when people search real estate agent in Arvada, I know that I can dominate. Or if I were to say real estate agent and insert my neighborhood here, that I could actually go through and get super hyper local, which the big companies aren't doing. They might say Colorado, they might say Arvada, but if I get deep into this neighborhood, I will win. So if I'm creating YouTube content, what does it look like to actually take the YouTube thumbnail that I created, put it on my postcard, and send it out with the QR barcode for them to scan to go look at my YouTube? Think about this, guys. You have the ability to actually go through, send out print collateral with a QR barcode, taking them back to digital collateral that you created, that you can deliver massive, massive value to them. And so, like, this is one of those things. Instagram, and I'm kind of going through it, like that's what you're seeing on the right hand side, is this is a QR barcode that I created on September 2nd. And this is the video. So here's my video. I click on the top 3 corners on the right and it says create QR barcode. Then it asks me what color I want. I can say pink, blue, green, black, whatever. I click on it and I save the QR barcode to my camera, because this is a camera app, or a phone app, I'm sorry. And then I have the QR barcode and I could send that QR barcode to wherever I'm creating my postcards or my email signature or whatever I'm doing. Then someone scans it and they actually go to see my content that I created on Instagram. Like, guys, this is a feature in Instagram that is just there. And we all went over the other day on how to create a QR barcode on YouTube, which is just, I would go through in the top corner of Chrome, click on that square with the arrow up icon, and it creates a QR barcode with like a dinosaur in it. I want you guys to think about this because I think this is game changing. I can literally send out a piece of paper, or I might have my open house flyers to where I can't really have a big conversation with someone, and they can literally take my print collateral, scan it at a later time that's more convenient, and I'm providing them big, big value. Guys, this is the thing. Restaurants have been training every generation for the last 2 years to use QR barcodes right now. This is not a millennial thing. This is not a Gen X thing, right? This is an everyone thing right now. I want you guys to start getting purposeful with QR barcodes and put them on things. So create something of value, put it on a digital platform, take the QR barcode, put it on a print piece so that you can actually get more of your message out to people. Then when we start thinking about just quarterly marketing, guys, and we already know that we're going through, DTD2, hopefully quarterly, where you're reaching out to your database. Like I said, this isn't a phone call class because I expect everyone to be making calls anyway. But what we do know is, compared to email marketing, which is an open rate of 22%, handwritten letters have a 99% open rate. 99% open rate, and that's a statistic out of USPS. So I don't know, maybe they paid their own surveyors to give them a bump up. But think about that, 99% open rate. So it says, according to the US Postal Regulatory Commission, the average American receives only 10 pieces of personal mail a year. 10 pieces. So if you're sending out 4 a year, now they're going to get 14. And you're about a third of all of the personal handwritten mail that they're getting. And it says, according to the results of the surveyed people, 81% of the responding consider a handwritten note to feel more meaningful than an email or a text, with millennials. Guys, millennials. I'm a millennial. The people that rather text and be on social media and do everything from here, we get a handwritten note and we're like, oh my God, like this person took some time to reach out to me. Like they must care about me. So as you're thinking about the different people in your ecosystems, going through handwritten notes are big. And as you're thinking about this, I did put this QR barcode for audience.com so you guys can, or audience.co, so you can look at it. It's not inexpensive by any extent of the imagination. And so you would have to get super purposeful about it. But what it does is it actually handwrites the messages for you. And so it actually has like a robot, and you can watch the video. There's a robot actually writing it, and you pick the robot's handwriting and it handwrites your messaging for you, which I think is pretty cool. And I would have to have a massive business or at least some deals coming in and this to be a part of my tactics before I would ever think about investing in this one. So semi-annually, we need to be doing client events. So twice a year. So we have a reason to reach out. It helps us bond with our clients, and it's not one-to-one, so it's more social. And we become the connector of people, right? So as I'm going through this thing and I am building relationships, I can actually go through, right? We got breakfast with Santa up there. I think that Santa's eating some kind of pancakes, which looks like it has a lot of sugar on it. Going through, that is a food truck, or at the bottom one, there's just like that mimosa, that drink bar. So what can we be doing to where we're inviting people in, they get to mingle, they get to have conversations with everyone else in our ecosystems, and we're going to be able to connect people. Maybe I do have a buddy that owns some kind of business that another buddy of mine might need, and then they get to connect. And because I was the connector, they're both thinking of me like, you were awesome because you were able to connect us with these people. And we know that we're in that time of year right now. There is so many natural touch points in these upcoming months. We have Halloween, we have Thanksgiving, we have Christmas, we have Hanukkah, we have New Year's. There are so many natural touch points to reach out to people and to invite them to something. A lot of people are doing a lot of different things. And I don't want you to think this has to be some big, extravagant 30, 40, 50 person thing. Maybe it's a micro event. Maybe it's only 5 people. Maybe I'm inviting just 5 people to go do an event, and I can take massive, massive mind share from those 5 people. Start thinking about this, guys. This is your semi-annual, because I'm also going to call for these events. I'm going to text message. I'm going to email. I'm going to send pieces of direct mail to them. There is so many touches that will happen in the semi-annual event of client events. And then annually, guys, as we're thinking about things that we need to be doing annually, it's the CMA. Every year, whatever time of year that looks like for you, and I'm not thinking this is a December 31st thing. What I would look up is I would figure out when people's home anniversaries are. And I would make sure that I had a note in my CRM to remind me as a task that 30 days prior to their home anniversary, I need to be reaching out and getting them a report put together. This is going to be time intensive. This will. So all of you that were just like, Charles, I can't believe you're asking me to do an email newsletter. Like, this is the one that's actually going to take some time, because you're going to go through and you're going to give them a competitive market analysis or their equity update, right? Hey, happy home anniversary. I wanted to give you your equity update on your house. This is the largest financial decision that you have made. And I wanted to let you know that you are net positive $150,000 from the day that you bought it. It also lets them know that you're their agent. And this is the thing. There's other NAR statistics out there that tell us this. that most real estate agents are bad at their jobs and they don't communicate out to their clients after they transact business with them because it's just a transaction in their eyes. They got their commission check and now they're gone. What are we doing to stay in front of these people? And can I take any orphaned clients? And so for those that have been in the industry, right, what we know is this, that the agents that aren't taking care of their clients, I have an opportunity to help their clients out now. And so they helped them buy and sell a house. And now I get to swoop in and be the real estate economist of choice because their last real estate agent stopped staying in touch. The CMA is the way to do this. And as their agent, you are responsible for keeping them up to date on their home value, guys. And I can't stress that enough. We're real estate agents. We are here to help people with the largest financial decision that most people will make in their lives. It is our job to keep them up to date on the market, it's specifically their house. So while this isn't only a once a year activity, this is a very, very big thing. It's going to be time intensive. You're talking maybe a couple hours. But what it's also going to do is it's going to familiarize yourself with that neighborhood again and what homes are doing in that area. It's going to give you a reason to reach out, right? What would it look like to where this is just a thing that people are looking forward to on their home anniversary every year? And so you send it off to them in an email. They have the digital version of it. And then they know that within a week's time, you're going to call them to walk through everything with them. Hey, just wanted to make sure that I could let you know that you're net positive on your house. Because this is the thing. Think about where we are right now. And as the time of this, this class that we're doing, that there's a lot of things going on in the news, right? Housing recession, bubble, crash. Like we're hearing all these different things. But I would be willing to bet that if we were to take someone's house and have the value of the home and figure out the difference between how much they bought it for and how much they could sell it for today, they would be positive dollars on their equity, regardless of what the news is saying about the crash that we're in and home prices are going down. I bet most people would be net positive at least 18%. Even if they were to put it on the market today with home prices coming down in value a little bit, they would be net positive. So if we can be able to deliver that message and become the real estate economist of choice, we're actually going to take a lot of fear out of our people as well. Guys, so as we're thinking about this, right, like what are some of the things that what were our takeaways? What are we going to do? What did this thing open up questions for us that where we need to start be looking and reassessing of how we are marketing to our database to stay top of mind to be the real estate economist